Domain 4, Professional Responsibilities. And part of our professional responsibility is communicating with families. This is part 5 of 5. And one of the jobs of a teacher is to communicate with families in a sensitive to cultural norms and needs, with students contributing to the communication as appropriate. And there's so many ways that we can do that, but one specific one that we want to look at in this section is creating and using video. And this doesn't mean it always has to be you, the teacher, on video. It could be the student explaining something, maybe in their own language, that a parent could watch the student doing it and begin to understand the process so they can help at home. Because our whole goal is to engage families. So creating video is not as complicated as it used to be. Years ago, you needed expensive equipment and it was a challenge. Today, most cell phones can make a video. Of course, your tablets and computers can create really interesting videos. I'm going to walk you through kind of the process of it. And this is one that you really just need to get in and try and play. And let the students do it. They'll figure it out very quickly. This is what Windows Movie Maker looks like. One version of Windows Movie Maker. There's multiple versions. And Windows Movie Maker, the reason I'm showcasing it is it's free. And it is available on every Windows machine. When you're in the more recent Windows, you have to actually download the live version. But it is still available. It's still free. It doesn't work perfectly all the time. But here, get a sense of it. Basically, your tasks are on the left, and the key is the timeline. The timeline is the bottom where you're going to drag your pieces of media down to the bottom, and then it's all going to be made into one movie. So first thing you do is go import a file. You need to go out and find your pictures. This program in particular is very, very picky about where you save all the pieces of everything. So you need to make a folder and you need to save everything into that folder. Really, I cannot emphasize this enough. And don't involve flash drives. Trust me. So I went out, found some pictures, and now they populate right up here in the middle. And once you don't organize them up there, just bring them in. We do all the organizing on the timeline. And so here's some other ones, somebody making a movie, and so some other pictures. So there's videos, there can be still pictures, so you can have still and video all in the same project, which is really nice. And then you can add your title to it. So I always start by adding the title first, and then you can pick what you want your title to look like. So you can go ahead and customize that. The transitions and so on and so forth. Go ahead and do that, add your title, and you can see everything's been moved down to the bottom, and the title is actually the first thing here. And then I found some music in my sample music and just dragged that to the bottom. Now, if you look down to the bottom left, there's magnifying glasses with the plus and the minus sign. You can go ahead and stretch your project so you can kind of get in there to really chop and slice. I see the music at the bottom doesn't start all the way flush to the left. So I might want to just use my mouse and drag that over there. So you can manipulate, change, do whatever you want in there. And it looks like you can see the music goes on and on and on, and I'm out of pictures. So we can actually splice that and cut it apart. And the way you do that is, if you notice that blue line, the bar, that's actually called the playhead. And at the playhead, you can go ahead and split. So you put that blue marker wherever you want to split things, and then you select from the tools menu, I believe, then you go ahead and split it. And then you can just throw off the piece you don't need. So this is somebody's project. And so it starts up with the music and the pictures. You can see that in the bottom on the timeline. But then he imports his movie. And so you can see that video comes in with it, of course, with its own audio track. That's why it's on a different line. You can do transitions, but be careful of transitions. This program has a tendency to lock up, freeze, the dreaded red X. It has all different issues. I tend to advise you to stay away from transitions, but if you need to use them, they're here. And I stay away from video effects also. Depending on the version of Windows Movie Maker that I'm in, they can really throw things off. Okay, this is key, 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 key. You have to save your movie in two ways. First of all, save it as the project. That's your ongoing thing that you can come back and manipulate and change. But you have to save it back in that exact same folder where all of your pieces, your elements of your movie are. Okay, so you've got your project that's ongoing, come back, work on. But then you have to go ahead and save it. Don't pick the recordable CD right now. You want to go ahead and save it to my computer. So you're saving it in two different ways. This is what throws off everybody. Project, working on it, working on it. Video, I'm done. All right, save it for your computer. And again, you're going to save it back into that folder with everything else. You can move it when we're all done, but for right now, put everything in that folder. If I said that 100 times, I'd have to say it 101 times if you were in class with me. All right, saving the movies. Depending on the length of your movie, it may take some time. And I'm hoping that you did everything right, again, by keeping it in that same folder. It's going to save, no problem, and it can play on anything. Nobody needs this software to go ahead and play it. It's played in a generic format that everybody can see. It opens in a Windows Media Player by default, but it can be shown on a Mac, PC, tablet, uploaded to YouTube, whatever you want to do with that. Now, I showed you Windows Movie Maker because it's free and it's on every PC. But on the Mac, iMovie rocks the house. And I recently used the app iMovie to create a movie, and I was shocked how quick and easy I snapped some pictures, made it into a movie within minutes. It really is incredible. So iMovie, I don't care what version it is, it really is wonderful. But you can look and see that it's similar to Windows Movie Maker in that timeline, move pieces around and things like that. So there's my app, and it is $4.99 for the app, and it is the best $4.99 I've seen in a long time. Here's one that I was working on. You've got your different events. You've got all different things going on. But the concept is the same. You've got your timeline, move things around. This is what I'm playing with now. This is web-based. So if those of you that can't download software, it's not available on your machine, that's okay. WeVideo is one that I'm playing with. There's a free version, and of course, then there's upgrades like everything else. But I don't know. It's pretty cool, and it's tied. I don't know if it's tied to YouTube somehow, but I found the link through a partnership with YouTube, I believe. And here's your Lite, then your Plus, and the Plus for education for $20 a year. I looked at that and thought, wow, I never have to use Windows Movie Maker again. $20, here you go, and then $29 for the real good one. So I'm exploring this. That's my latest. Now, what are you going to do? You make these videos, you want to help. I mean, the whole goal is to get them to your families so you can be communicating best practice, whatever the case may be. You need a place to put them. YouTube, you can create your own channel in YouTube if you choose to do it that way. And what I've played with recently is the playlists in YouTube. So you could have one featuring math, language arts, whatever you teach, you can have different playlists for that. So within YouTube, you get some organizational things that are really nice. Or remember your learning management system. Upload them there so you have everything in one place for your families. Now, as you're thinking about these videos, you might not be the only voice in the video. Engage your students in this creating of a video. You will find very quickly that your students will be able to whip up videos that, you can see, oops, maybe parents might need to know more about this writing process or this. You know what? Go make a video. Go to the back corner and make a video. It really, once they make one or two, they can very easily do this independently. So remember, our focus is on communicating with the families. Video is just one way. You've learned lots of different ways, but this is just one way that we can reach our families where they are. Thanks.